Hey there, friends of the good and the bad. It's me and all my little monsters welcoming you to Philomania, your go-to channel for exploring the world of collectible pocket knives. Today, we're diving into the CJRB Pyrite, a knife I personally really like. It's what you'd call a budget-friendly option, featuring a super cool locking mechanism called a button lock. As you can see here, the blade deploys using thumb studs, these little barrels right here that I've shown you before. Pressing the button releases the lock, allowing the blade to fall smoothly, as you can see. For the price, this knife is absolutely worth it. I'd recommend it to anyone thinking about getting into the hobby. It's a great starting point because it doesn't require a huge investment, yet offers excellent quality for the price. Now, let's break down why I think that. First off, it's a drop point knife, meaning the tip slopes downward slightly, as you can see here. This blade has a drop point shape with a flat grind. A flat grind means there aren't any concave grooves or hollows in the blade. It's completely flat, as you can see here. It also has a special finish called stonewash. Not sure if you can see it clearly, but let me explain. The stonewash finish is created by placing the blades in a sort of tumbler filled with smooth stones, like the kind you'd find in a river. These stones gently scratch the steel, giving it a textured appearance with subtle scratches that look like it's been worn in. At the same time, it leaves the blade feeling smooth, almost like it has a fine grainy coating. But rest assured, it's completely sleek to the touch. So what's the point of this? For starters, it's less reflective, which is great. Plus, if you happen to scratch the blade while working with tough materials, you won't even notice because the finish already has so many scratches blended in. It looks seriously awesome. Let me cast a little shadow here so you can get a better view of that texture. The steel CJRB uses for this blade is ARPM9. This is a type of stainless steel developed by Artisan Cutlery, a company well known for producing high-quality knives. This steel stands out in the knife market for striking a balance between performance, durability, and affordability. That's one reason why this knife is so budget-friendly. Now, I usually don't talk about prices on this channel because they can vary depending on demand and over time, but as of 2024, you can find this knife for under $50 USD. For instance, I got mine on sale for $44. The handles are made of polished steel. This material you see here is all steel. It's smooth to the touch and doesn't offer the best grip, but because the knife is so slim, it feels very ergonomic. Especially if you have medium to large hands like mine, which are a bit bigger than average. It's unlikely you'll lose your grip or have it slip from your hand. That said, let me clarify. This isn't the kind of knife you'd want to use for heavy-duty work all day. It's just not built for that. It's perfect for everyday carry because it's lightweight and slim. See, it fits easily into your pants pocket alongside your wallet, phone, or whatever else you're carrying without being a hassle. As I was saying, it features the button lock system, which is incredibly fast. As you can see, I can deploy and retract the blade much quicker than with other mechanisms. What makes it so smooth and versatile is the pivot. It's equipped with ball bearings that make it fast and effortless. Check this out. It falls shut by gravity. And, of course, it has a very satisfying sound. The detent is super smooth, requiring only minimal thumb pressure to deploy the blade, making it really, really easy to use. Once the blade is retracted, the detent is strong enough to keep it securely closed. You won't have to worry about it accidentally opening. Now, just a heads up, this knife doesn't have an additional safety lock, which some knives include to prevent accidental openings. But in this case, the detent is so well designed that the blade stays firmly in place. This is the kind of knife you can fidget with, keeping your hands busy, though always with caution, of course. Because even though this isn't a premium steel, right, that doesn't mean it can't cut. It just means that compared to higher-end steels, this one is a bit softer. That makes it easier to sharpen, and it has excellent corrosion resistance, which makes it a very affordable and versatile option. It's not as hard as premium steels like M390 or Magna-Coot, for example, but it gets the job done. That said, it's still a tool you need to handle with care. What else? Inside the handles, you'll notice some milling work. See those cutouts in them? Those holes are designed to reduce weight since these handles are made of steel. Steel is significantly heavier than titanium, which is one of the preferred materials for knife handles due to its lightweight properties. In this case, they've used steel because it's more cost-effective than titanium. The downside for some people is that using steel for the handles makes the knife a bit heavy, a hefty knife, so to speak. As you can see, the weight of the handles has been reduced by adding those cutouts inside. Now, let's check exactly how much this knife weighs. Let me place it here. All right, it's a pretty lightweight knife, I'd say. Look at that. Let's set it like this. It weighs 3.2 ounces, or 92 grams if you prefer grams. It's definitely a lightweight knife. It's what you'd call an everyday carry EDC. That means it's a tool, a knife you can comfortably carry in your pants pocket every day. It's lightweight, slim, and you won't even notice it's there. It won't bother you. You can take it to work or carry it for any occasion, as long as it aligns with the laws in your city. Keep in mind that some cities have regulations against carrying knives like this, so be sure to check your local laws to ensure it's legal to carry a knife weighing 88 to 100 grams. What else? Well, this knife has a pretty simple pocket clip, which you can see right here. You can see here that the clip has a small ramp and a U-shape, making it easy to slide into your pants pocket, right? It's very, very accessible. It's not flimsy, it's a sturdy clip, but it's also not overly tight like some clips on other knives, which tend to be slimmer and heavier. The screws on the handles here appear to be T6 Torx screws. Yep, they're Torx 6, and the pivot screw seems a bit larger. Let's check that out. By the way, you can get tools like these on Amazon. I'm not sure if this exact one is still available since I've had it for quite a while. Maybe 6 or 7 years. But if you're interested, you should be able to find something similar on Amazon or eBay. This particular tool is super portable and handy to carry around. For the pivot, I'm using a Torx 8, and yep, that's the correct size. I've never really needed anything bigger. Oh, hold on a second, let me lower the blinds a bit. The sun's coming through here in Lima. We're heading into summer, and the sunlight's messing with the shot a little. Let's make sure we get a good look at this knife. So, as I was saying, Torx 6 for the handles and Torx 8 for the pivot. These sizes are pretty easy to find. Personally though, I prefer Torx screws above size 8 because T6 can be a bit delicate. When you're doing maintenance and reassembling the knife, if you apply too much force to the screw, you can strip it. And trust me, dealing with a stripped screw is a total pain. So, in summary, this knife is absolutely awesome. I love it because it's super affordable while offering great build quality and a solid design. It's not breaking new ground in the knife world or anything. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's just a classic drop point design, right? Even the handles, the grip, the pocket clip, everything is pretty standard. The button lock mechanism isn't exclusive to CJRB, of course. It's an older patent that lots of brands are using now. What I'm saying is that there's nothing groundbreaking about it, but at the same time, it manages to deliver a design that feels incredibly smooth and easy to handle. It's ergonomically friendly, with a blade design that's very standard, very classic even. What really surprises collectors, though, is how effortlessly this knife deploys and closes. Plus, its portability and minimalist design stand out. Everything has a uniform steel finish, which makes it a very discreet, classic, and beautiful knife. It doesn't draw attention, but is highly, highly functional. CJRB is a subsidiary brand of Artisan Cutlery, a company known for producing high-quality knives at reasonable prices. CJRB focuses on offering affordable, functional options for knife enthusiasts while maintaining high standards of design and craftsmanship. The brand caters to everyday knife users, as well as collectors looking for budget-friendly options. As I mentioned earlier, CJRB was one of the first brands to use ARPM9 steel, which was developed in-house by Artisan Cutlery. This gives them a competitive edge in their segment since they produce their own steel. And that's it for today. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this review of a great knife that broke boundaries with its features back in 2023. I hope you learned something new about this fascinating hobby. All my monsters are signing off, except for one who's a little grumpy because Christmas is around the corner. But I don't pay it any mind. I just lock it in its room and let the rest of them roam freely in my head. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode of Philomania. Bye.